Again, thumbs up if everybody can hear me. Thank you very much. Thanks. All right, everybody. I have an agenda. Going to make it pretty straightforward. So I'm going to start with some pretty easy things that everybody, I'm assuming everybody knows. So we have now uploaded everything, the reviews that we received back from the OTC, and there was 5 of them. We've uploaded them approximately midnight last night when I was working until then, along with the attorney's letter. I have spoke with the OTC this morning, and apparently, the only thing that was in question was actually part of the annual report. That's what is said. They are running apparently 3 to 5 days because there's over 275 other companies in the same position that are responding the same way that we did. I'd like to address simply the time frame that it took. I keep going back to what was dealt with me in the very beginning, and I'm not trying to be anybody saying that, I didn't know what I was doing, but there was a lot of things that I was unaware of, which mostly we've been through, which is the convertible notes and such. We expect no responses in regards to the reviews. We think we covered every square inch of the reviews that the OTC gave us, and I'm expecting no reviews. If there is, there will be very little, but I truly don't think there will be. And again, that would probably take us right till the early part of next week. And then the exact question I asked was, does that mean the yield sign is removed? And the answer is yes. Not necessarily in this order, so I'm just going to go through all the different things. Our project updates. So again, I will take some heat on the what's what I'm looking for the enthusiasm of the projects and the time frame. Our project update is Zippa is coming along exceptionally well. We're adding things to it that we think will even enhance it considerably in the gaming industry predominantly. And we're doing everything to get a beta up and running so we can not only present it to the public, we can present it to other potential partners. I think we're somewhere approximately 2 weeks to 4 weeks away. And again, it's not because of us not knowing what we're doing. It's because we're building something pretty special. That also goes along with World Gaming Group in regards to some other gaming projects that we're putting out. I can't really get into specific, but one is coming out for Christmas. It's a mobile app. I think it's pretty phenomenal. If anybody's been in the mobile app gaming world like the Candy Crush, we think it's along those lines. So that's what's going on with the gaming division. Again, not necessarily in this order. I want to get around to where people are posting. And again, I still keep reading some of the stuff which this time I actually, let me say something. I actually was going to get on a rampage on this particular conference call because I've had it up to here. Again, right up until today, I received threats. I received emails from people telling me that I've ruined their lives, that they invested everything into them because of me. I have not once told any person of any kind, including my own family and friends, to buy one share from HPIL. So I'll go back to what I was about to say, and that is my commitment. So again, on chat rooms saying the robotics center in Washington is not real. Who's paying all the salaries? The answer is it is real. I signed personal guarantees not only on the lease of 5,000 square feet in Washington State with and the engineers that work there, that the equipment has landed and there's more landing as we speak. We think it'll be fully operational over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. So that has come out of my pocket. I can't say it any better than that, the equipment and the salaries. If you remember, obviously you do, I signed a line of credit for $10 million. It's not available because we're not completely current yet, so I've therefore not taken 1 penny from it. And that's at my discretion, whether I take $10 or $5 million. That's at my discretion. Obviously, it's not at the best type of terms. So I will be very, very cautious of all of that until we get further along. But it may be that the bridge that we need. And again, it's at my discretion. Sorry if I keep saying this, but not necessarily in this order. I'm going by the emails that we had received from some people and also, again, that have been posted. There's a company called, well, let's back up here. As you know, I took on, and not knowingly, because I never would I have done this. I've said this before. I took on this company not knowing the convertible notes that was sitting there in the weeds, and I found them out after. I was not told this by the previous administrator, Angela Collette, who was through the court system. I was told there was no debt, and then of course we know the rest. One of them, I'm bringing it to light here, HPIL Securities, who apparently is this Dylan guy. I believe, so it's showing the approximate percentage. I'm still not even sure how they came up with that, but the percentage and the shares in regards to that particular group, HPIL, which apparently is under investigation with the Securities Exchange Commission. Nothing to do with HPIL, nothing to do with me. I do not know these people of any kind. They were convertible note holders from approximately, I think, 2016 through 19, I believe. I believe, based upon Nobus and such and other conversations and transfer agents, that the majority, if not all, for the obvious reason, which is greed, those shares have been put through this company and they don't have any or very little, if at all, because their motive is to gather the cash. It's not to be involved in building companies. And if you know anything about what they've been charged with, that would say the same thing. Okay, buyback. So again, I jumped the gun on the buyback. Apparently, there are certain regulations that I was unable to follow. I would still like to do something in regards to a buyback, but that's not going to be possible at this very second because of what I'm doing with the company and moving it forward. That's not to say it's out of the question in the near future, but it has to be done a certain way. NFT. The reason I did the NFT, I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. When I took over the other company, STGZ, sorry, which some of you may know, that I'm partially involved in. I'm the CEO, but some of the projects are running on with other people running them, which I'll go into briefly because STGZ has nothing to do with HPIL other than the NFT I felt did not fit into HPIL. We're really building around the technology world, the gaming world, the artificial intelligence world. And what it did do is it gave a benefit to the shareholders of HPIL, who have been, many of them, long and holding. And the other thing it did, it brought possible shareholders into STGZ. In my early part discussions with you guys that I was going to give a dividend, that is still the case. But apparently, again, like the buyback, I have to follow certain rules. So as I put in the press release, I have to literally file a registration statement. They normally take upwards of 60 days. I'm in the process of doing exactly that, which then will allow me to do a dividend dispersion. And I'm not changing my mind on it. I will be doing that. Me personally, so I'm really fed up. I was up till after midnight last night. I work my rear end off. I come in here. If any of you who are long, and people do call me on my cell, some people do call me on the office. I take as many calls as I can. I'm working my you-know-what off. I put my own money in. I don't own shares yet under these circumstances. I even had to, with the attorney on the opinion letter late yesterday, with my broker who has shares of my of other ventures that I'm involved in and that I bought, which have nothing to do with HPIL. He had to get confirmation that not only did I not own them, no friends or anybody have traded through him for them. So I'll end that right there. People go pump and dump. I don't have those motivations, and it's not something I would do. I know I've said it in the beginning. I'm building the company. I've had it for 6 months. Some of you are graceful enough to at least post that. They're given some chance. It's been 6 months, and it's been 6 months of a living hell. And on top of that, when people are starting to post about my family, more specifically my son, because he's a 20-year-old posting on his Instagram and he has a Rolex watch. Oh, must have been daddy's bought it. Well, let me tell you something about my 20-year-old son. Since he was 14 and in the gaming industry, he's probably made more money than most people on this screen right now in gaming, including a top 40 tournament in the World Gaming Group. So he can buy his own watch, and he bought his own watch. End of story. So you can tell I'm pretty perturbed about that because you roll it into my family. That's pretty much all I'm going to say. So you can tell I'm pissed off, but I decided to do the conference, and I said this actually to quite a few people. I'll use the same phrase. Within the four walls of this company, which sits in 3,700 square feet, along with Crank Media openly. People have been here. We just took another 3,000 square feet across the hallway. Everybody's moving in next week. We're expanding at a rapid rate with both companies, but more specifically with HPIL. And then again, including the Seattle project, the Kent, Washington project, that anybody is willing to go there. That's a location that our engineers are very leery about because of the certain things that are going on there. But it exists. My office, you can come whenever you want. That includes you, John Felty, who have been bad-mouthing my ass from the beginning. So stand up, be a man, pick up the phone, come to the front door, sit down with me and discuss it. But whoever's starting to really get on my nerves about all just bad-mouthing stuff and making up stories, it's done. Okay? So I will prove everybody wrong in regards to that. And, I'm pretty pissed off. That's it. I don't have much more else to say other than, as I was about to say, the company within the four walls is in phenomenal position. Gaming, Apogee, artificial intelligence, and some other things that everybody's going to be alerted to pretty soon. The end. Not sure what I'll be doing another conference call because it's got me riled up. I'm 65 in November. Going to need to take 2 pills of my blood pressure medicine. I think that's it. I will not be shutting down the Twitter. I'll leave it as it is. And I will be releasing press releases accordingly. And I hope everybody will at least believes in me. That's the thing that amazes me. If you've got such a hatred, if you think that this is such a scam or whatever you think it is, why in the hell are you in it? Why in the hell are you wasting your time, which is precious? Unless there's something wrong with you. Have a great day.